Show me your maps.
I'm not telling you anything new.
It's totally obvious.
I agree with you completely.
It can't go on like this forever.
That's been known a long time.
Who said that?
I never knew that.
That's exactly what I said.
That's all just gossip.
Those are all just rumors.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Nothing's ever going to change that.
I'm not telling you anything
Come
new.
back again later. I'm sure to have something new for you
It's
then.
totally obvious.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
Hey,
That's what I don't
Change
see.
that.
It was obvious all along.
any news?
You're responsible for the best news yourself.
Bad times.
They've let Bennett go again. He's back at the farm. Go to him. I think he'd like to thank you himself.
These are bad times.
There's nothing you can do about it.
It can't go on like this forever.
Hey, you still here? Didn't I tell you to piss off? Now I'll show you who's boss around here.
About the package.
Have you found it?
I threw it into the harbor basin.
So? Well, the main thing is that it can no longer fall into the wrong hands. Here is your pay.
Have you got another job for me?
You have taken the package of swampweed out of circulation. Good. But I would like to know who is distributing the stuff among the people. It must be someone in the harbor district. If someone regularly came from outside the city, he would have been caught some time ago.
What exactly am I to do?
Find the dealer and get him to sell you some weed. That will not be easy, but we cannot arrest him otherwise. Talk to Mortis. He knows the harbor district. Perhaps he can help you.
About that weed. I'm still working on it.
Good. Remember, you must get that fellow to do business with you.
Have you got another assignment for me?
Lobart the turnip farmer has problems in his fields. If we help him, It will solidify his relationship with the city. So go to him and see what is wrong.
You don't say. But that's terrible. But that's terrible.
Show me your wares.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself. Really, how interesting.
Show me your wares.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself. These are bad times. But that's terrible.
There he is.
Hey, you! Show me your wares.
May Innos watch over you always.
Hey, you. Hey, you.
Ever been to the monastery?
Maybe. Why?
Are they still taking on people? I wouldn't know where else to turn.
Where do you come from?
I used to be captain of a big whaler, my boy. The sea is my home. My ship, the good old Magdalena, was sunk by pirates a few months ago, and now I'm stranded here. All I ever wanted was to go back to sea. Since I've come here, not one schooner is called at this accursed port. The only ship which is anchored in Corinthus is that blasted war galley of the king, and they don't take on anyone. So what else can I do? There's no work for me in town. I've tried everything.
You'd better get off the road.
Don't worry. I've already noticed that the wilderness out here has become damn dangerous in the last couple of days.
How did you get to the monastery so fast?
What kind of a question is that? I crept through the pass and made my way straight to the monastery. Admittedly, it was never easy avoiding all the monsters making themselves at home on this side of the valley, but ultimately I encountered fewer problems than I expected.
Do you know where the others are?
Gorn seems to have coped with his stay in Garon's dungeon very well. In any case, he wanted to go to Lee and see what was happening on the farm. After the grub they serve in the dungeon, he's probably stuffing his face right now and putting the mercenaries' provisions to a real test. Diego mumbled something about a reckoning. No idea what he meant by that. But I suspect he's in the city. You know him, always there when there's something to be had.
Do you know anything about the hooded figures?
No, but I have a bad feeling about those guys. Be careful if you run into them.
I need to get into the monastery. It's urgent.
I can't let you into the monastery. I'll get in trouble with the High Council. Without the permission of my superiors, I can't let anyone into the monastery.
It's important.
It won't work. Pyrocar would rip my head off.
I need to get...
I can't let without the permission of my...
I've got a letter from Lord Hagen.
Show me. All right, here's the key to the monastery. Pyrocar is in the church.
Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
You already know what I think.
I couldn't get away with that.
I do not know why you were allowed to enter the monastery. I am Palin, and I am responsible for our novices. I do not want you to keep them from their work with stupid questions. Is that clear?
Same old thing.
Sure.
all
I
over
certainly
again.
hope so.
I never would have thought.
Where can I find
Decision, wasn't
the cellars?
The entrance to the cellars lies halfway along the colonnade on the
it?
right.
You don't have to tell me that.
The chapel.
The chapel is the room halfway along the left colonnade. That's where the paladins pray to Innos.
The library.
The library is at the end of the colonnade to the left, directly across from the church.
The church.
Lord Almighty! Has Innos stricken you blind? Where is the church? Oh my, where could it possibly be?
I've got no time for
Have you got anything else for me?
Yes, as a member of the library, you are given the key to the library. There you will find brothers Karas and Highglass. If you like, you can speak with them there. But leave my novices alone.
I couldn't get away with that.
I always act in the name of Innos.
Same old thing all
So, how's it going?
You are only a guest here in the monastery of Enos, and therefore you should act accordingly and not disturb me while I'm working. Good day.
What are you planting here?
We're trying to grow healing plants that Master Neoras can use to brew potions.
Anything's possible.
Enos deals out fair punishment.
How are the sheep?
How do you think they are? They stand around and munch grass. I'd rather know what's happening outside. The magicians seem to be very nervous.
Enos deals out fair punishment.
Strangers in black robes roam the countryside.
What do you mean? What sort of strangers?
Nobody knows where they've come from. They wear long black robes and they cover their faces. They seem to be some kind of magician. At least they're capable of magic.
That sounds very disturbing, but I'm sure that the High Council will solve this problem.
Tell me that isn't true.
There are dragons in the Valley of Mines. They are besieging the royal troops together with the army of orcs.
Dragons? I always thought they only existed in horror stories.
They're there, believe me.
But the King's Paladins will deal with them, won't they?
We'll see.
Those are all just rumors.
That's no secret.
Can't go on.
Hey, you! Who is in charge of this monastery?
The High Council. It is composed of the 3 most powerful magicians of our order. They consult daily in the church. The chosen of Enos are all magicians. Enos has provided them with this gift so that they are able to carry out his will on earth.
Can't go on like this forever.
Tell me about this monastery.
It is ancient. It comes from the time before Robar I. Under the monastery are the catacombs. They stretch deep into the mountain.
Is there anything new?
I have heard of dragons and an army of evil. Enos be with us.
That's nothing new.
We really should have known better.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
How's it going?
I thank Enos that I can be here in the monastery.
You better watch out who you tell that to.
What can I do for you?
Have you got anything interesting for me?
No.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
I couldn't get away with that.
Any news?
The enemy has apparently already entered the city.
What do you mean?
One of the paladins, Lothar, was murdered in the street. In broad daylight. It has gone too far, but I fear that is only the beginning.
You should have known better.
Bennett is innocent. The witness lied.
How do you know that?
I have found proof.
Sometimes I think that treason and greed are our greatest enemies.
Will never change.
What's gonna happen now?
A murder, moreover, of a paladin is without doubt one of the worst crimes there is. The murderer will undoubtedly be sentenced to death.
No big deal.
What's your job here?
I prepare the paladins for their fight against evil.
That was no big deal.
What is evil?
Evil is everywhere. It is the power of Beliar, the eternal adversary of Enos. It is the all-encompassing blackness which seems to blot out the light of Enos forever. Beliar is the lord of darkness, of hate, and of destruction. Only those among us in whose hearts burns the holy fire of Enos will bear the radiant light of Enos into the world and banish the darkness.
Thing all over again.
That's nothing new.
But there are only magicians and novices living in the monastery.
That is correct, in contrast to our community which honors the word of Enos. The paladins honor the great deeds of our Lord above all else. We are the representatives of Enos, but the paladins are his warriors who go into battle in his name and increase his glory.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
Is there anything you can teach me?
I am an expert in the magic of ice and the magic of thunder. I can teach you their power. However, I only instruct magicians.
You can't go on like this forever.
I have heard of you. You are the fellow from the farms who was in the Valley of Mines. My respects.
See, that wasn't so hard.
You tell me.
Anything's possible.
That isn't true.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
I am Master Highglass, guardian of the fire and keeper of the knowledge.
Any news?
Yes. Well, you've probably noticed those black-robed figures.
I've met them.
This brings us to the core of the matter. At the moment, we're observing a very rare constellation of stars. To be more exact, the sign of the ox currently stands in direct correlation with the sign of the warrior. I suppose you know what that means.
Well, to be honest.
Yes, I see. Well, I cannot explain the entire background to you now, but it definitely signifies a great change, and I do not like change. Therefore, I want you to get me a book from town. It's called The Divine Power of the Stars. You may have to rummage around for it a bit, but I'm sure you'll find it.
What's in it for me?
What do you mean?
I'd like to know what you'll give me if I bring you the book.
Nothing. What were you expecting to get? If you have time to run an errand in town for me, it's even your duty to help me.
What are you studying, Master?
My research focuses on fire, the power of Enos. It is his gift and at the same time a mighty weapon, and I create runes which contain his power.
Found anything out yet?
I told you I'm still doing some research, but of course, that'll take longer if I do not have the necessary materials.
What are you doing here?
What exactly is your job?
It is my responsibility to train mages in the art of spherical manifestation.
What does that mean?
Well, I teach them how to summon creatures or beings from other states or spheres. This is usually called summoning, although this expression alone is insufficient for the art of calling a servant. Furthermore, I own some interesting spell scrolls which Gorax does not have.
How are your studies coming along?
The enemy has many faces. Which of them presents the greatest danger for the monastery is awfully difficult to determine.
Show me your wares.
Nobody ever asks me.
It's his decision. I couldn't care less.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
I'll never get this open without the right key.
See, that wasn't so hard.
That's no secret.
Anything's possible.
All over again.
That's totally obvious.
He really should have known better.
A few lockpicks would be helpful.